So just bring yourself just into the awareness of being where you are right now, sitting in your chair, really comfortable, with your feet on the ground if you can, legs not crossed. And if you want to have your hands just loosely by your side or just in your lap, just whatever is most comfortable for you. And I can feel my bum is firmly in the chair. And my feet are just making that connection with the ground, with the earth. And I'm just going to bring myself really into my center, into the breath. So I'll start with taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I'll do one more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just feel yourself just getting more comfortable, more relaxed, just in this space. And we're just really centering ourselves and bringing our awareness to where we are right now in this moment. Just breathing in, breathing out. Just in your normal rhythm now. Just getting really comfortable. And if it's comfortable for you to do so, if you can close your eyes. And we're just going to do our little visualization exercise. So if you can imagine, just for now, that you can see around you, just about 2 feet outside of your body, a cylinder. The cylinder is clear, totally transparent, and you can see through in all directions. And the temperature inside the cylinder is just perfect for you, and you can breathe normally. And for the moment, I want you to feel the power of the cylinder enveloping you, keeping you safe, allowing you to let go of any stress or worries that you may have, and bringing you to a place of calm where you are feeling totally relaxed. Just breathing normally. Now concentrating on the cylinder, I want you to see that it stretches downwards into the earth, going deep, deep into the earth. And as you look upwards, you can see that it stretches endlessly upwards through the sky, up, up into the universe. And as you move, the cylinder moves with you. Even as you walk through crowded places, the cylinder stays with you. And you can release any heaviness or anything that is troubling you down through the cylinder and into the earth. And the earth will take this from you, taking it away, allowing you to just let it go. Just breathing normally, letting go. And still just breathing normally, I'd like you to bring your awareness above your head and just feel as you look up, up and through the cylinder that you are making a really deep connection with yourself. And you can allow whatever you need right now to come to you. Maybe this will feel like a sense of peace washing over you, a calmness, or you might receive some thoughts, a message from your inner self. Maybe nothing specific, but just rest in this place of your consciousness and feel the connection from high up in the cylinder coming down to you through the cylinder and into the earth, providing you with stability and calm. Just breathing normally. And just keeping hold of that calmness. We're just going to focus on the breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and allow the cylinder to dissolve. And you can carry on with your day, knowing that at any time you can return to this process whenever you feel that you need to. So, as always, I'm going to just bring my hands up above my head, give a little jazz hand shake, and a little wriggle all the way down. Shake my booty, do a little toe tap, and if you have a drink, some water, just have a little drink. And make sure everybody's awake for me. I haven't got anybody snoozing, snoring in the corner. And we can just start with our little creative piece of art. I'm going to try one of these pens. For today, I've got a sort of a sketch in my head. Always dangerous. So I am going to start with just a very light border because I don't want a heavy one because I might not want a border, being the sort of significant part. But I just kind of want a very light border, just so I've got like a guideline whenever I start with my tangle today. So I'm just doing a very, very fine, light border. And I'm not going to ask you to be artists, that are making perfect shapes today, but I am going to create some baubles on the page, and I'll pencil them in to start with so that you have an idea. But I am going to do some greenery, I think, up at the top because I like the vertigo, and I kind of think if I had a sprig of vertigo going across the top, and then I'm going to have my baubles sort of coming down from that. So I'm going to have a main sort of center bauble that is going to be kind of circular in shape. So I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to draw an orb shape. I'm not drawing around anything, and it's not perfect. Let me just show you that. Okay, maybe I can do mine a little bit heavier, just for your benefit today. So I'm just using my pencil and I'm creating just an orb shape in the center. And then off to the side here, I'm going to just have a flat line just going across to give me a guidance. And I'm going to do like a more shaped kind of bauble. So one that kind of comes down, like one of those ones that looks kind of like an Egyptian vase, that kind of style. So I'm just going to come down and loosely create one that is going to go off like that sort of more oval shaped. Okay, and that's going to disappear off. Okay, and if you wanted to, it would come back down and sort of in to the bottom like this. So it's that kind of Egyptian-y sort of urny looking type one. Okay, and then on the other side I'll have just another round one, I think, coming. So again, I'm going to just kind of sort of have a flat shape where I kind of think that the little bauble will be connected to, and then I'll kind of just come out and round from that, and then I'll have that going up, off. Okay, we can get a bit more sort of you can perfect it when we come to actually draw in the lines and that if you want, but just to give you an idea, that's sort of the style. So I'm going to start and I'm going to do my vertigo at the top. So I have a little bit of greenery just coming in from this top. So I'm just going to loosely come in and draw a stem. Okay. And then I'll start getting some greenery coming from that. So I'll just do the leaves. Coming off that. And they're going to just go off up. And then as I get near the top, I'll have them getting smaller. And I can amend this and I can extend it out because it's fine. I could have one coming the other way. So I'm going to just have it for now. And I'll do the other ends here coming out. Crossing over mine, sorry. Okay, and then I'm going to start filling in. So basically you just have ones that come straight across and then back in, straight across. And as they bump into the sides and the other branches, just have them going underneath, a bit like hollyba. They'll just go underneath and you can make them go whichever really direction that you want. But you want them kind of some coming up and out and under, very much like hollyba, just to get more of the vegetation coming underneath. So I could have another one sort of coming up here and then coming out. So you just want to build up on that, and they just can come in all different directions. So I have another one coming down like that, and then just a little bit. So you're basically filling out the foliage and creating depth. So you've just got imagine all the different sort of little pine needles all going off. In all sorts of different directions and coming out from all different angles. Just building that up. Okay, just so it creates some kind of frame, really, I suppose, for your picture. And remember to twirl your tile, you know, just so that it's going to be right for you and in the right direction. So, and I might just have a little bit coming across from the other side, just a little sprig coming down like so, just to show that there's a continuation. That's very like that too. I think that's very thick, that one. And then again, I'm going to have some just coming up like coliba, just adding the depth. It's just a little okay, so that really, bringing in the ones underneath like the holly, but really gives it the depth. So, you know, that's definitely worth spending the time to add those little bits in underneath. Because that's really giving you the feel of a proper branch, you know, proper tree-like. Okay. And then on your baubles, so I'm going to start with the center one, and I'm going to just get the shape of it drawn in with my pen. So I'm going to come around and basically draw the shape, and I'll probably come down a little bit from what my pencil drawing is. Just I'm going to start with the circle. Let's try that. Oops, Daisy. And then I'll draw in the other shapes. And as you can see, mine is anything but perfect, but it is what it is. As I always say, just follow the flow and then bring that round and up. And then this one, little one, I'm going to come slightly lower with this one. And round. Okay, so you end up something like that. And then I'm going to draw in the little tops of my so just imagine there's a little holder, and on this one I'll just actually come around and kind of do a little wavy line for that one. And then on this one again, I'll come up, do like a little neck, little flat top, and then come down. Okay, just to add in that bauble shape. And then I'm going to do some arc kind of lines on this. Just like that. So on this little bauble here, I'm going to start by doing the little eaves, the eeks. So see if I've got that drawn somewhere for you today. Draw that. So I'm going to do these little, oops, these little shapes, the little E's. So I'm just going to come in here and just in that middle bit, I'm just going to start just slowly, just letting the pen flow and doing little E's. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to just turn it around and I'm going to do the same on the other side. So just slowly breathing normally and just do those little E's. Okay, so you kind of created this little pattern on your bauble to start. If you wanted to, you can just come along and do a little shiny orb. Okay, just to add some more detail. And then in these spaces, I'm going to use the switching pattern. So the switching pattern was the one where we did the it's like a 6, and then you do a backward 6, and then another 6, and then a backward 6. So if we start here, and I'm going to touch the top and the bottom, so I'm going to basically come round with my 6 and then spin it round like a little swirl. And then I'm going to do another one, which will start with the swirl. So I'm going to go from this direction down and do a little swirl. And then it's going to come from that direction and down and swirl. And it'll be from that way around. And then I'll have to just imagine that there's half of one that's come from this direction down. Oops. And then I'll do from this way. So start with a 6. And the other way. And the other way. Okay, so now I've created this really pretty little pattern of swirls on the top and the bottom of your bauble. I think I'm going to start, I'm just going to do some little snowflakes as I get like more delicate. So I'm going to start with a circle, do a line and a circle, line and a circle, come out, So, and I'm just going to keep them like that. If you want to add the V's on yours, do so. It's just this pen's quite heavy. I'm not sure it won't get lost. But if you want to do the little flicks on the outer spokes, so you can do, sorry, that you can do your you can do little V's on the outer ones to make it look more festive. Just to think that this, we can try and see, very heavy pen, and I think it's just going to join them up here. See how we go. And then I'll do one here, and this one's probably going to kind of go around a little bit, so it's coming up. I've got a 0 on it, sorry. That. It's kind of going around the corner, so you can kind of do the shape to the bauble. So that one's kind of headed off around the side of the bauble. So just allow for that when you're drawing your lines, that you're on a circle. Okay, I'm just gonna do line just to finish that off. And I'm happy to leave the bottom of the bauble just with the white, because I think it's quite nice to leave some white on your drawing. And I'm going to do some, I'll do a little loop, and then I'll do some sand beads. Not many, because obviously the bubble's nearly in the bushes, but I'll just kind of have it like it's coming out. And the same on this one, I'll do a little loop, and then I'll do my sand beads. Just heading up into the greenery. Okay. And I can do the same with this one as well. Just disappearing off up into the tree there. And on this long bauble here, I'm going to do the wavy lines of the kind of sea kelpie design. I just think it kind of lends itself to this style. So I'm kind of doing little wavy lines, or leave space in between, because you're going to be doing your little loops. And then on here, I'm going to just start with the middle one. And I'm going to just do a little, imagine like a little shoelace bow. That's all it is, just a little loop. You're just going to work your way down. Work your way down. Just remember to breathe normally. And if you need to turn your tile at any time, just do that so that it's comfortable for you. Sorry. Okay. Like little Christmas lights. And then I'm just going to draw some little lines on the little top part. So just very fine lines, just to give that some and then on this one I'm just going to come across again, just very fine, just so that there's some kind of texture there on those, and they're not just left just leaving some. Okay. And on this one, I think I'm going to do some part like we did last week, but I'm going to do it actually going this way. So I'm going to kind of do my lines kind of like this. And then I'm going to just do some little snowflakes just sinking on the sides. So I'm just going to do So just popping little snowflakes. In between. Just focusing on the mark that you're making right now. I'm just going to have another little over here. So I'm going to do some shading now. So just where, to start with, where this little bauble is going to be in front of this one, I'm just going to add some pencil. Just, oops, did I freeze there for a second? So just to kind of give some contrast that there is a bauble that's kind of at the front and the other ones are kind of behind. I want to just add some pencil to show that that's the case. So just to kind of give some depth, I'm going to just add some pencil on either side of this bauble just to give it that. It's in the kind of front and these ones are kind of in the foreground. So to kind of make it sort of stand out a little bit. And just remember, you can always add more pencil if you feel that you haven't got enough. It's obviously harder to take it away once you've added it. And I'm going to just add some shade into my tree as well, just so that the kind of the branch bit is dark. And then just a little bit off from that. Again, just to give some depth to my treeness. And it's always about just contrast with Zentangle. You're given contrast, you're having light and dark areas so that you're getting things that you want to kind of pop, you know, be the things that you're drawn to when you look at the piece of artwork. Or do you want your eye to kind of get drawn into? And just by, that's amazing how just by adding that little bit of pencil in on that tree has made such a difference. Same up here. Just to give it lots of depth. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of shade just where the little tops are. And then just kind of breaking up each of my layers and adding a little bit of contrasting to each of my kind of lines, just to show that there is a kind of separation between each of those to give some depth. And I'm kind of actually going to bring in middle ones so that the E's are kind of shaded, and then that center band is going to kind of pop out then, so you'll get like a little bit of darkness down this bit and then a nice bright kind of band coming in the middle there. And the same with this. Just kind of shade this bottom I'm kind of going to create a sort of glint on the front there by down around the bottom a bit darker, but leaving, so even though I've kind of shaded this whole area, I've left a little bit of light there. Just, and same at the top, I'm going to bring in some and I know I've got the pencil line from when I did my original circle. And I can, if I want, I could sort of think, well, I could always get rid of that because it was just a line that was there for my original circle, but I'm just kind of blend it out. It's fine. And then I'll come up. And I add this, I'll add a little bit of shade just on the other side of here too. Bring that down, just I'll come around this little bauble here and just have, again, giving a little bit of contrast, but leaving the middle nice and bright. Just so you've got contrast on the bauble itself. It's kind of blend. Just kind of blending that out so it's not so defined, or I've added that pencil by accident. So I'm just softening it and blending it out just so it's not really there anymore. So I just popped it into the background there. So you can't see my original pencil line. And a bit here as well. I've got some pencil line on this side. I'm just going to lightly blend it out. I'll just go into the background of the cloud, and that's fine. Just so on the little perks, I'm gonna, as you know, kind of do that C shape. So if you've got your row of perks going along, you just want to give a little C, backwards C it is actually, so C in reverse. It's gone off camera. Little C in reverse on each one. So I've just popped a little C in a pencil, and then you're just going to very lightly blend that, and that will give you a little bit of contrast, and it will make them pop. Okay, so just to give you an idea, just giving it a little dimple basically. So just very carefully go in and just give a tiny little dimple of colour on each of your little perks. Just a nice little dimple. It's really rough out there, and I'm sorry if it's coming through on the video. A little backwards C on those. They're probably all going to be quite dark anyway because they're in the shade of that bauble. And I'm just going to define in between each of the layers. So I'm going to add a little bit of, so it's like a little band. These are little raised. No, I didn't actually add any little V's on these, did I? So I'm just going to go in with my pen and just add that little V of colour just in between each of those little arcs. So just a little V, where you just colouring in that little notch in between each of those. So it's like a little V shape. You're just gonna darken it down with your pen. To create your little pearls, really. I haven't realised I hadn't done that whenever I was doing it. There we are. And then I'll come in with my paper stump and just do a little arc there where I've added that little pencil, a little C shape. So just come in, just on the one side, just smudge that through, blend it out. And I've kind of just, it's going to be. And then I'm going to just go along the top of it with some graphite as well, just along that edge. Just blending that out really, just to give a little bit of like the idea that there's, you know, a tree up there. So and I've just added a little bit in between each of the lines, and I'm just going to come along and just blend that out. A bit of pencil and just between those layers of where the perk is. And now you could, I mean, obviously you can do this in colour. You could come in and add colour now if you wanted. You know, if you had your colouring in pencils, you could add some green into the trees and then add some colour into the baubles themselves. I'm actually really happy with that as it is. I might actually just add some glitzy sparkle on the snowflakes. So like in the center of the snowflakes, I might just add some little bling. But I kind of like that in the black and white. So I'm kind of happy how that's come together. So now I've got to remember all the patterns that we've done today. So if you want to just make your mark somewhere on the page, so do a little signature. So just your initials. I'm just going to go up in a tree here and just do a little PB, just up in the bushes there. And then I shall turn it over and we will start with our name as always. And today's date is the 24th. Oh my goodness, should have mentioned the Christmas word. Oh, it's the 24th today, so a month to Christmas Eve. So 2022, oh my goodness, 4 weeks. So 24th of November, and we have done, what have we done? Vertigo. GH vertigo. We've done switching. We've done sand beads. And eke. And perk. And kelp. And the little snowflakes are called Ah. I think that's everything. So should we have a look at how you get on with that?